I'm here at the draw for the 2025 PDC World Darts Championships. So I'm speaking, we're just an hour or so away from the numbers being pulled out of the hat and learning who will face who at Alexandra Palace in December. Of course, the action starts on December the 15th, 7 p.m, with the first of many sessions to come over a 2 or 3 week period, with Luke Humphries kicking off his campaign on the opening night. We'll also be joined by the likes of Michael van Gerwen, Gerwen Price, Luke Littler and of course former world champion Michael Smith. Conducting the draw will be Winmau and former world champion Mark Webster, with 96 players to be pulled out of the hat. There'll be 32 seeds, as usual in this year's tournament, joined by 64 from the opening rounds. That's 32 from the Pro Tour Order of Merit and 32 international qualifiers or players through various different routes in the PDC. So the draw is done for the 2025 PDC World Championships, and I think it's about time that I take you through some of the ties that have come out of the hat, and we have to start as ever with Mr. Luke Littler. The favourite for the tournament can be found at best at around 2-1 with the bookmakers, and he faces an absolutely tremendous first round tie. In prospect, of course, Ryan Meikle against FALLON SHERROCK will decide who faces Luke Littler in the second round, and if it is Sherrock, you can be sure that Sky will very much be enjoying that one. Elsewhere in his section of the draw, you've got Rob Cross, who will face the winner of Scott Williams and Nico Springer. Cross and Williams, of course, faced each other at last year's World Championships and are indeed practice partners as well, although Nico Springer is certainly not a gimme in that section of the draw. You've also got Nathan Aspinall in that section, who will play either Cameron Menzies, who's in terrific form himself, or Leonard Gates, who's won a lot on the seniors tour over the last couple of years. Luke Humphries, the defending world champion, will open up proceedings on the 15th of December, and he faces the winner of Thibaut Tricol and Joe Comito, who we saw on the World Series stage earlier this year. The biggest names in his section of the draw are former world champions Raymond van Barneveld and Peter Wright. RVB will face the winner of Nick Kenny and Stowe Bunce, whilst Wright will face either Wesley Plaisir or Ryota Azamoto. A very, very tough draw in prospect for Peter Wright, who we know has not been in very good form at all over the past year or so, you would have to say. And one of the last big names we want to touch on is Michael van Gerwen. He's been given a favourable draw, you would probably have to say. We've got James Hurrell or Jim Long he will face in the second round at Alexandra Palace. But if you look further into his quarter, Gary Anderson there, possible last 16 tie could be between Michael van Gerwen and Gary Anderson, but that will only come to fruition if Anderson is able to beat Jeffrey de Graaf or Sviting of the Bahamas in his second round game. You've also got UK Open winner Dimitri Vandenberg in that section. He'll face the winner of the All-Irish clash between Willie O'Connor and Dylan Slevin. So there you have it. Some of the standout ties from this year's World Championship will be there for the whole tournament, from start to finish at Alexandra Palace, and of course at the Lakeside as well, which starts this Friday. So make sure you stay tuned to Tungsten Tales.